Yeah. Call movie phone. See if it's playing at the Dollar Theater. Yeah. Just beat me when you're done. Oh, okay, bye. Hey designers, Angel here. Today I'm gonna teach you how to redesign a city seal. The past few weeks you may have seen on Instagrams and social medias and design communities that I posted a City of Miami seal redesign. And it actually did really well. I got millions of hundreds of views on it, and it was pretty awesome. It was received really well. Many people liked it. The city was tagged, the mayor was tagged, and hopefully things will come out of that. But in my research, I noticed that city seals are pretty terrible throughout the US and the world. I'm going to show you what I did, why I did it, and how you should approach a city seal design. So let's get at it. But first, why? Chris Morrill from the Renault Times in Virginia said it like this: a city seal is a timeless symbol of why we exist. I Googled in my Googling and detective Googling, what is the purpose of a city seal? For the most part is recognition of the city. I found this from the Pittsburgh Code of Seals. Not what it's called. There are different purposes for a city seal. A city seal is to certify official records and instruments. The city seal uses the logo as a graphic symbol to identify city programs and initiatives. So it needs to be designed on purpose with a purpose. City seals, like their cousins, the flag, often very complicated, they look dated, or they're just not appropriate for the actual city. In my research, of course, my PhD in sealology. The study of seals, not those seals, these seals. Seals, how many times I'm gonna say seals in this video? Seals are like legal logos for the city. So they should be treated as such. In my opinion, of course, in my whole 3 weeks of research. So in my opinion, we need to use the same prompt that we use for brand identities on seal design. 3 prompts: simple, appropriate, memorable. Say it with me. Simple, appropriate, memorable. The beautiful man, Sagi Habib, said it like this: a logo should be appropriate in its feeling, it should pass a doodle test, somebody should be able to draw it by memory, and it needs to be able to be produced in every pixel size. Many logo identity designers already know that we're now creating what's called responsive identities, logos that adapt to the size and context. One of my favorite identity designers, Allan from Minnesota, teamed up with the city of Eagan and helped them create a new seal and a new flag for the city. The project took about 1.5 years, and if you look at what he did, it's absolutely beautiful. He took what existed already and gave it a facelift, used the same elements, similar layout, simplified it, made it a lot more memorable. And from different sizes to trucks, to signs on the road, to trash cans, it works in all different kinds of contexts. When my wife and I visited Japan in 2018, we noticed that their manholes had these really unique designs and really unique illustrations. I didn't even know you could add color to manholes. So for city seals, you notice that when you walk around in your city, you're gonna see the seal, for the most part, embedded or printed or used as the artwork for the actual manhole. So I thought, if it looks cool on a manhole, then we know we'll have a winner. But enough of that, let's look at the City of Miami seal, let's swat it and see how we can make it better. From the jump, strengths, it's got a palm tree, big typography. I think that's it, and we're gonna consider that when we get to the redesign. Weaknesses, it's dated, it's a dated design. The typography is clunky. Opportunities, we can make it modern, make it timeless. Marketable, and it could feature certain elements that represent the city a little bit more. Threats, it's unadaptable, it's sort of forgettable. So here's a quick time lapse of me going through the process of rebuilding the original seal, because I couldn't find a vector version of it. Usually my process goes is, hey, let's remake it as close as possible or use the same elements, and we start from there. So I did what was called an alpha, a beta, and then a redesign. So the alpha version has a lot of the similar elements from the original. Got the sort of pattern that goes around it. We got the big City of Miami typography in a similar layout. The Florida is extremely kerned under it. It's really spread out, which is one of the main issues from the original, and kept the same sort of stars on either end. So that was alpha. Refresh beta decided to take a little bit more liberties and add a few more elements to it, fix a little bit of the typography. That really loose kerning at the bottom, had to fix that. I pulled out the incorporated and put it on the side of the seal, and it started to look a lot better. Added the sun, wasn't too crazy about it. I kept the same colors, the gold and that blue, and it started looking pretty cool. But then I was like, you know, what if I had full creative freedom to do what I thought was best for this seal? So that's when I went all in. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do whatever the heck I want and make this thing look fresh. I went ahead and started moving elements around, adding elements, added a sun, added the ocean, the bay. I live 2 blocks from the bay here in Miami. A more vibrant, a friendlier, modern, and memorable approach at seal design. I redrew the palm tree, more of a monoline style, rays of sun behind it, water which represents the ocean and the bay and canals, and used this really modern sans serif called Ridley Grotesque, which is absolutely beautiful. And the first thing I did after that is put it on a manhole cover. I was like, let's see what it looks like on a manhole cover. And once I did that mock-up, I had found a tutorial that I was able to just recreate this manhole. I was like, this is fresh. After doing all that and posting it out in the ether, I went ahead and built out the rest of the responsive seal system. What we're doing is eliminating elements from around the seal itself. Now, as I understand it, from a legal standpoint for a city seal, you can only use one, and that's the one that you're going to use through certified documents or to represent the actual city. But in digital aspects, I think that a responsive seal could potentially work, as seen here in this glorious mock-up of Instagram. So when you're redesigning your city seal, keep in mind, make it memorable, keep it simple, and make it appropriate for the city that you're in. Sometimes you have to remove elements, sometimes you have to change elements. Most importantly, the typography needs to be clear and the visual identification of the city needs to be clear, whatever that may be for your city. So that's it, designers. That's how I redesigned the city seal, City of Miami seal. I hope that you get inspired. I hope that you take on the challenge and decide to redesign your city seal, whatever it may look like. I'm excited to see it. Send it to me, DM it to me, tag me on it. I would love to see what your city seal looks like. It's good exercise, it's fun, and who knows, maybe it'll open doors for you. Maybe you'll get contacted by the city. Anyway, that's it for me. This is Angel. Thanks for watching my video. Keep making beautiful things. Subscribe to where you subscribe to things, and see you next time on the next video. Love you guys. Peace. But first, new angle. In my previous videos, I was shooting with the light behind me, like a total noob. And I had this little spotlight on me in the front, and it kind of worked. But I have this ginormous window right here, as you can see. And one moment to the next, I was like, why don't I shoot this way, where I get the light right in front of me? Why, you know, why? So that's what I'm doing right now, and it's working great.